What is up, guys? Back again, episode 11. We got the whole crew here. It's awesome. Good to be back with the fellas. Let's get started, fellas. Not gonna lie, this is my opinion. I might share it too. A little underwhelming in the championship department this weekend. Hey, it is what it is. But Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl. I think that's gonna be an exciting game. But I'm gonna swing it to Kel first. Just what did you take away from this weekend?
Yeah, first game, like you said, was just disappointing. I mean, within the first two throws that Purdy threw, he was out for the game at that point. And at that point, it's kind of like, yeah, Josh Johnson comes in, but do you really think he's going to win you an NFC championship game? Probably not. Probably would have made it a little bit more competitive if he played the whole game. But, I mean, the 49ers only ran 45 plays the whole day. You're not going to win running 45 plays. And it's not like their defense played bad either, because I think Philly only had like a total of like 240-something yards. So their defense did as much as they could do. But like I said, when you just don't have a quarterback, you can't do anything. I'm not saying they would have won if Purdy would have played the whole game or Johnson would have played the whole game, but definitely would have been a way better game than it was. Chiefs Bengals surprised me. I was Bengals all the way, but Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, they just always find a way. Like, Chiefs defense stepped up big time. But, I mean, that was just a great game. I mean, we know Burrow and Mahomes is going to be the rivalry in the AFC for like the next 10, 15 years. Who knows? With not Josh Allen, but, but yeah, that just ready to watch Super Bowl. So,
Coach P, what'd you see?
Yeah, that NFC Championship game, I feel for the 49ers. This is the best team they've had in a long, long time. All the playmakers they have. And, I mean, going through four quarterbacks and getting to the point where Christian McCaffrey might be your emergency quarterback, that's just unfortunate. You can't do anything to prevent that. I mean, you get freak injuries week 2 with Trey Lance?
Mm-hmm.
He got hurt week 2. Jimmy G got hurt, 7 weeks later. Brock Purdy comes in. I mean, it's looking like it's going to shape up to be a great story, looking like he might be the first rookie quarterback drafted last ever to start a Super Bowl. And then, first drive of the game, he tears a UCL. I mean, that's a baseball injury, is a torn UCL. That's Tommy John surgery. That's what you hear all the time. It's just, I don't know, unfortunate. Then you get your other quarterback injured in the same game. I mean, there's not much you can do. The universe has something against Kyle Shanahan. He's just not meant to win it all for some reason. I don't know what he did, who he pissed off, but it's not in the cards for him. As far as Philly, I mean, I don't know what else you can say. People have been saying all year, weak schedule. That's the only reason they're where they are. And they put up 31 against the best defense in the league. Come on. What else can you say there? Yeah, they had less than 300 yards. But, I mean, when you're getting the ball on your own 30, 40 every 7, 8 plays, you're going to put up points. Kansas City and the Bengals, little disappointed. I wanted Joe Shiesty to, really claim Burrowhead as his own. Just didn't happen this time around. But it's all right. It's all right. It happens. Some really bad penalties on the Bengals side really cost them the whole entire game. I mean, it is just I don't know, an onslaught of who can get the most penalties on one team.
Yeah. I was, especially like those last two quarters. I mean, flags on flags on flags,
Yeah.
Looking like the United Nations,
Nice one.
That was pretty good.
How about Davo? I know you might be a little disappointed, but yeah, let's hear what you got to say.
I was more disappointed. I was more disappointed in the fact that both games were pretty boring. other than the Devontae Smith catch. Oh, my mistake. Drop. There wasn't really that many spectacular plays for both games. I mean, me and James are watching. We're both here both about to fall asleep during the NFC Championship game. I mean, it just wasn't like. I mean, you're watching a one-arm Brock Purdy try to fucking get some offense going. He just can't. And then we were watching the Chiefs game. I mean, yeah, you get a first down here, a first down there, but there was no standout plays that maybe intrigued and on the edge of my seat to keep watching. So that was my biggest disappointment. Yeah, I hate the Chiefs, but in the day, I want to watch a good playoff game, and I just didn't see either game being a good playoff game in my eyes.
Yeah, it was tough to watch. Hopefully next week or in 2 weeks is way better. Next week's going to be terrible. Hope nobody watches that. But anyways, James.
Yeah, I believe I was the only one that predicted the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna brag about myself right there. I'm gonna go to AFC Championship first. This might be a hot take, but the Bengals shot themselves in the foot. You get the ball twice with 2:30 left. You got to score. Like, you have to score. Field goal, 6, 7 points have got to get put on the board. You can't be throwing an interception that late in the game, and you can't be punting that late in the game. You got to go down the field and score and make Mahomes try to tie the game instead of making Mahomes win the game, because he wins games. He doesn't tie games. He wins games. It was also, I really liked the defense in this game. The biggest rush from that game was a 14-yard carry by Joe Burrow. So both defenses played out of their mind. Chiefs defense, to me, is starting to shape up really well. I mean, 20 points to the Jaguars, 20 points to the Bengals. That's impressive. Those are top 10 offenses that have been rolling in the last couple of seasons or last couple of weeks. And the Chiefs have found a way to stop them. I think the key for the Chiefs is to get their run game going and to get at least another receiver back from the injury reserve, because when they play the Eagles, I mean, big play Slay and James Bradbury, they're going to play out of their mind. So they need a nice core of receivers to be playing in this game instead of what they had with the Bengals, because you can get away with it with Eli Apple. You're not going to get away with it with a top 3 secondary unit. And then NFC Championship, it is what it is. I was actually really impressed with the way Philadelphia was running the ball. I think that was most of their offense. I think Hurts might have had 100 yards passing. But all 3 of those running backs, Sanders, Gainwell, and Boston Scott, they had a good game, got the rock running, and just imposing their will on the 49ers. And it was just it was a sight to see. I was watching a clip of the right guard for the Eagles. I think it was Dickerson. He just shoved Javon Kinlaw to the ground, like just one classic shove, and I think that was the tone for the game. So,
Yeah. So, I guess a couple things that I saw. Well, I'll talk NFC Championship first. Like I said, Eagles' offensive line is just ridiculous. I think they had 148, 150 yards rushing. When you do that, I mean, it's just kind of hard to actually defend that. It's kind of hard to win if you have, 3 Pro Bowlers or 3 All-Pros, on your offensive line. It's kind of tough, especially with your quarterback going down. Like Coach P was saying, Shanahan, I don't know what it is. He's got some bad juju or something going on. So it just sucks. And then AFC Championship, Joe Burr just didn't do Joe Burr. It's kind of odd to see. He didn't play like how he usually did. But, he's going to be back. There's no talent. Like I was telling y'all, Mahomes playing pissed off is something crazy. And, it's good to see him get the dub. I think I'm excited to watch the Chiefs rush defense against the Eagles rush offense, because both of them are very good. But, we'll talk about that at a later date. I do have a couple questions for y'all. Just from what we've kind of seen over the weekend. 49ers quarterback situation. Like, what would y'all do in that sense? Like, what is y'all's thoughts on that, and any recommendations, or what would you do? What's up, James?
I'll go. Look, I think after this, the 49ers are going to have to realize, do we want a healthy quarterback? Like a guy who's like kind of, big. Because Purdy's small, man. And just like a simple throw like that, and you get Tommy John, or you're having to get Tommy John, it's, I don't know. Jimmy G's getting older. Trey Lance, you don't know about Trey Lance. Honestly, this is going to be a hot take, but I think they need to go find another quarterback. You have to be sure in this league, because you have to have a quarterback now to succeed. You don't see teams with a top 50 or below 15 quarterback winning NFC, AFC, Super Bowl championships. I don't know who that guy is for them, but they need to find a healthy, stable quarterback. So, yeah, that's my take.
Yeah, go ahead, Coach P.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I definitely think that Jimmy G's not the man. I mean, he's welcome back, Ryan. Jimmy G, I don't think he's the man. Trey Lance, we haven't seen enough of him to really make a fair assessment. If Brock Purdy hadn't have gotten hurt, if he had at least made it a 4-point game, if they had still lost, he would have already been named the starter for next season. However, with this torn UCL, who knows? I agree with James. I mean, you might keep Purdy in the back pocket. You might need to bring someone over here for a year or two to take over that quarterback position, really set you up for a win and kind of mentor. I mean, guys, Tom Brady. I could see him signing a 1-2 year deal, San Francisco, mentoring Brock Purdy. He's got Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel, George Kittle. That's a Super Bowl team. Just with a good quarterback, that's a Super Bowl winning team. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lock in the fact or the idea that I think Tom Brady might be a 49er this time next year.
Okay, Coach P, I got a question for you then. So let's say Tom Brady leaves. Who do you think steps in to that Buccaneers starting quarterback position? Because I have my opinion. I know who I think should be it, but I mean, if you don't have an answer, that's fine too. But
I don't know what pick they have. There's a bunch of quarterback free agents.
Yeah.
But if you're going to – if you sign Brady, you're going to keep Purdy. I mean, you might just have to cut your loss with Trey Lance, and he might end up in Tampa.
Yeah. My opinion on it, I know I'm going to get flamed for saying this, people watching. I think Kyle Trask should be starting quarterback in Tampa Bay.
I have my opinion on it.
That's just my opinion. I like Kyle Trask. I thought he was good at Florida. But that's just my opinion, I don't want to get too off topic off 49ers QB situation. Davo, yeah. What?
Yeah, I got something to add. If you're stuck with those three quarterbacks going to this season, I think you got to do the old start, bench, trade / cut. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking it's either Purdy and Lance, whether you start or have him as your QB2, either or, switch it up, see who wins in the offseason. And trade Jimmy G. He's got some trade value. I know there's a couple of teams that would love Jimmy G as a backup quarterback / a starter. My team included as a backup quarterback. And I'll get in a little bit more of that later in terms of that sort of dealio.
Is Jimmy G a free agent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shit. That changes things. Kelv?
Yeah, I think Coach P, I like where you're going, but I think it'll be with a different quarterback from California, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. I think you could trade. I don't think the Packers really believe in Jordan Love. I don't think so. I could see the 49ers putting a trade package where they may deal probably Lance to Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers picks or whatnot or anything like that. I can see, Coach B, I don't know how you feel about this, but I could definitely see Jimmy G in Atlanta.
I mean, I could see it. I don't think it'd be
wouldn't
much of
mind
an upgrade, but I can see it.
So you want to mind it, Ryan?
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I
He's
think
got the
he's
experience.
I think he's an Arthur Smith type
Yep.
quarterback. He's not as mobile as Arthur Smith will want his quarterbacks, but in terms of just like a game manager letting your ground game do the work for you, and then we know Jimmy G can get the ball there. He's nothing special, but like, I mean, he's a reliable quarterback. So
Yeah, I mean, he wins football games. I mean, he
doesn't
it's
turn
not
the
gonna
ball
be pretty.
over.
It's not gonna be a
Yeah.
pretty
Mhm.
football game, but he's gonna win some.
And so I think next season, I guess this is my hot take. I could more than likely see Aaron Rodgers in a 49er uniform because Aaron Rodgers is 37, 38.
Yeah.
He could probably play. I mean, I won't even say probably can play. Who knows what quarterbacks can play to these days? But I mean, I still think he could play at a high level. Literally the best defense in the league. You have weapons all around you on offense. Great offensive line. I mean, like you said, they're a decent quarterback away from just being a dynasty. I think them and the Eagles and the Chiefs, I guess. But them three teams just rotating Super Bowls in and out and in and out and in and out like every year. So and then I guess Purdy can maybe just back up Rodgers, or they could even trade Purdy for whatever they need to fix. You know, what do the 49ers need?
A healthy running back.
I mean, McCaffrey stayed pretty healthy the whole time.
Like a healthy RB2,
Offensive line.
you know, or another
Right tackle, because
Slot
Hassan
guy.
Reddick destroyed him.
Yeah, that's
Destroyed
true.
who the right tackle was.
That's true.
The only thing about that Aaron Rodgers possibility is you're not going to get Trey Lance for Aaron Rodgers straight up. I mean, that's going to be they're going to ask for a absolute haul, and you're not going to want to give up those playmakers. So you're going to be giving up draft picks from 2025.
But I think that's fine with the 49ers because, I mean, most of their guys, I won't say most of their guys are young, but besides McCaffrey, Trent Williams, most of the team is pretty young or within 5 or 6 years. So, I mean, I know when it comes payday for all those guys, and the 49ers are going to be struggling. Hello, Cat. But, I mean, at the same time, though, will Aaron Rodgers put the Packers in a situation where it's like, trade me or I won't play, and they just kind of have to just get them off their hands for something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brewer man.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
49ers QB situation.
49ers QB situation. Yeah. You know what, fellas? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they have to do anything. I don't think they need to bring in Aaron Rodgers. I don't think they need to bring in Tom Brady. I do think they got to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. Don't need to sign him back. I think you just let Trey Lance and Brock Purdy battle out in the quarterback competition. And I don't think it's proven you don't have to have a great quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Nick Foles won it that year. You don't have to have a great quarterback to win the Super Bowl, in my opinion. You have to have a good quarterback. I think Trey Lance is good. I think Brock Purdy's good. I don't think they have to address the quarterback room from the outside, personally. I think they can ride to one of those guys, make the best man win, have a solid backup. Jimmy Garoppolo's got to be out there. So, yeah, like I said, play with what you got and let you get the ball in your playmakers' hands, Debo, Christian McCaffrey, and let them ride. That's my opinion.
What was Trey Lance's injury, by the way? What did he?
Broke ankle that got re-aggravated, and he had to have another surgery.
So both of these guys probably won't be ready by August. That's what I'm hearing.
Purdy should be. They were saying 6 months.
6 months. But, I mean, then, you know, you have to get back into football shape.
It's going to take them 2 months to get back.
Yeah.
Drew
Brewer,
Brees
I'm not going. Well, what are you saying, James?
It took Drew Brees a minute to get fully recovered from Tommy John when he had it.
I kind of agree with Brewer. I think a problem with Purdy is, I mean, elbow is probably the worst injury you can get as a quarterback, I think. I mean, Stafford, you also saw Matt Stafford. He was playing with a bum elbow, and he might have been top 25 quarterback this year. That's a bit of a stretch. He did not play good because he's thrown on that elbow. But yeah, I mean, I think if they just get a seasoned vet in there until both those guys get healthy, I mean,
Jimmy Garoppolo.
I don't sign. I think Jimmy G asked for a lot, and John Lynch is the type of guy to let QBs walk. Like, we've kind of seen it already, and I think he would just let Jimmy G walk and then maybe get, I don't know, maybe like a Baker Mayfield or somebody like that to play a couple games. I mean, he's only going to have to play maybe 1, 2, 3 games.
Andy Dalton.
Could be the Red Rocket.
Could be somebody. I
Jameis
mean, like Brewer says, I mean, their offense is just, their whole team is just stacked. Like, if you
Gardner
get inside
Minshew.
the 40-yard line, you're kicking a field goal and it's going right through the uprights, you know?
It's true.
So they're going to get their points regardless. I don't think it matters who their quarterback is. But I guess another thing, is Jalen Hurts a top 5 quarterback in this league?
I'll start it off probably not, but he's around that 6, 7, 8 range, I think, because obviously we know who's number 1 and probably number 2, Mahomes and Burrow. 3 is probably still Allen, and then 4, I think like 4, 5, 6, you can legit make an argument for Hurts, Herbert, Lawrence, Lamar. I'm trying to think of anybody else I'm missing. Tom.
Desmond Ritter.
Geno Smith.
I'm surprised James hadn't said somebody else that Kelvin hadn't mentioned.
He said him.
Who?
You said Herbert.
I'm sorry, my fault, my bad.
Yeah. Hey, man.
My bad.
Relax.
You relax.
I don't think Dak is in that top 10 conversation. Aaron Rodgers, of course. So I think he's in that 4 to 8 range. But like I said a couple weeks ago, I really think he benefits from having a really stacked team around him. I want to see him on a team like, I don't know, like Las Vegas or Tennessee or somebody like that, and see how he performs. So,
Coach P, I know you have a differing opinion than Kelvin on that.
No, I mean, not really though, because I definitely think top 3, either way you go with it, is gonna be Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's very interchangeable with Herbert, Hurts, Lamar, and Lawrence. Only thing with Lawrence is this was his first good year, but also Jalen Hurts wasn't great last year. Well, not Lawrence's first good year, you know what I mean, but first year,
he broke out.
It was his breakout. It was, yes, exactly. That's what I meant. And so I don't know, because you've got Lamar, who is the best running quarterback of all time. I mean, he's the second coming of Michael Vick. You've got Jalen Hurts, who's equally as dangerous in the air as he is on the ground, but he's also got 2, all-pro receivers. So I don't know. I mean, like Kelvin said, you put him on a team like Las Vegas, is his only target Devontae Adams, or is he going to spread out that ball? And that's really what's going to be that difference maker. So I say if he repeats the level of success he has this year into next year, then you can't debate that he's top 5. But if he falls out, then you might see him in more of that 6, 7 range. And I love Jalen Hurts. I want him to be top 5. But there's just so many good young quarterbacks that you can't. The only 3 you can definitely put in top 5 or top 3 are Mahomes, Allen, and Burrow. Everybody else is interchangeable up until 9. So,
Yeah, James.
Personally, I don't think he is better than the top 4 of Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Herbert, because those guys can make any throw on the field, and if they have the ball last, they're going to go win a game, send it overtime, whatnot. I just don't know if we've seen that level of clutch with Hurts. Now, at 5, it's tricky because Lamar's gotten hurt so many times. Yep. It's just – and it's hard to base it off Jalen Hurts because he's only played 2 seasons, or 3, 3, 2 and 3. It's tough. It is tough. I think I would put him at 6, but if he wins the Super Bowl, I think he has a legit argument to be like 5. And he has like a pretty good game in the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't think we can sit here and say that he's not top 5.
let's not forget he put up 31 against the best defense.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully he gets healthy too, because I know he's got a little nagging injury with his shoulder. So, but I mean, I'm telling you, if he duels with Mahomes, I think we got to put him top 5 guys.
Yeah.
Brewer.
Yeah, I mean, I think I had the same opinion as everybody else has really talked about. I like Jalen Hurts a lot. I think Jalen Hurts I think he had a top 5 season, as Coach P was saying. Sorry about that. I think he was having a top 5 season. I don't think it's tough. It's tough. I don't know if I can necessarily say he's a top 5 quarterback right now, but he's uber talented. He's really smart, plays really good football, high football IQ. He makes winning plays. I mean, I know he's got talent all over the place with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders. He's got talent all over the place, but he still makes winning plays with that talent. So he's definitely top 6, top 7 for sure. Top 5 season, definitely. I just don't necessarily know if he's a top 5 quarterback yet. But it's close. It's really freaking close.
David, what you thinking?
I think he is top 5. And I got a couple here to back up the argument with having a very good talent around him. He's only got 6 interceptions this season. Like Ryan was saying, he's a very, very smart quarterback with high IQ, and that stat proves it alone. He's got a 66.5 completion percentage, which is very good, and he's got 500 yards on the ground as well. Match that with his passing yards, and he's right around the same yards as everybody else, just with less interceptions. The guy's in the freaking Super Bowl as well. You also have to take that into account. And he's a very young quarterback.
Yeah. I guess my opinion on it, in a fully healthy NFL, he's not top 5. I guess if let's say I was perfect world, no injuries, I'd go Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Lamar, Lawrence, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert. But y'all know what my stat is with quarterbacks, and it's them wins. I mean, if he wins the Super Bowl, I'll throw him in my top 5 any day, because he's got something that all those guys except for one guy has, and that's Super Bowl. And do that in 3 years is very impressive. And, he's been winning since college. That's just how it's used to. And I wish NFL teams would sometimes realize that. If you see a quarterback winning in college, you should probably draft that quarterback, regardless of he might be on Alabama or anything like that. If he's winning,
he got benched at Alabama.
Jameis
Yep.
Winston, Marcus
Then he went to
Mariota, Baker
trash
Mayfield.
ass Oklahoma and made the playoffs.
Well, here's one thing about Jalen Hurts. I saw something earlier. If he wins the Super Bowl, he will be the 4th player in NFL history to win the Heisman, National Championship, and a Super Bowl. The 4th.
My stat, Coach B.
Wait, who?
No, I've always got him.
Who?
I saw that stat too, Coach B.
I can't remember who the other 3 were.
Bo
Wait,
Jackson's got to be one of them, right?
Charles
No, wait.
Woodson, Tony Dorsett, and shoot, it might have been Desmond Howard.
You said
I think
Jalen
that's a weird one.
Hurts. Coach B, who did you
But-
say?
What's up?
Who did you say?
Jalen Hurts didn't win a Heisman.
Yeah, I think you mean Devontae Smith.
That's what I meant. I'm so sorry. Monte Smith. Crap.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like,
Same team.
yeah.
Completely irrelevant now, but still a cool stat.
It's all
In
right.
terms of talent, though, would he be top 5? Like, would you say Kyler's more talented than Jalen Hurts? Just keeping it real.
Right now?
Raw talent, yeah. Raw talent, I'd say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Just
get
because he's
behind
5'10"
don't
and throws
get
80 yards, and flies around the field.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that, too. That's all right.
But it's
That'd
been
be
kind of
interesting.
sucks.
That'd be an interesting tier list to make quarterbacks based on raw talent. That would be a tough list to make.
Yeah.
I think it'd be pretty easy.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty easy once you get. Well, I don't know, actually.
Because there's 2 quarterbacks that just have the most raw talent, I think. I ain't gonna
Because we can't forget about Russell Wilson also. I know he had a terrible season, but in terms of raw talent, let's not act like he was an MVP quarterback the first 19 years of his career.
Just
Some
until
guy named Nathaniel Hackett just came and destroyed that.
Yeah, I mean, Dak kind of had raw talent too. Let's not now, but he was the dog back then. But yeah, I guess flipping on the managerial and coaching side, I guess what are some of y'all's opinions on the coaching hires? I just have one thing. I'll just go ahead real quick and say my little split on that. Saw Texans hired D'Amico Ryans a 6-year deal. Texans are just a poverty franchise. I hate saying that. They've had great players come in there. And, they've been a lot of fun games and stuff. And D'Amico Ryans is a good coach, but I don't know. I don't know what you can do. I feel like
I
Houston's just
disagree.
appealing.
I think that's a slam dunk hire. I mean, they obviously really wanted this guy. Like Detroit Lions really wanted Motor City Dan Campbell. Yep, here we go. But I mean that's their guy. So I'm excited to see what he can do.
Okay. Notice, let's just look at a little timeline here. Sean Payton decided that he was going to go to the Broncos, right? He also interviewed with the Texans. And then, 30 minutes late, an hour later, they hired D'Amico Ryans. What does that look like?
I'm just telling you
that
what
he's not the guy.
Rap Sheet's been saying. Rap Sheet said that Houston's guy from the start was D'Amico Ryans.
No, it's not. Let's be real. Let's keep it a band here. It was definitely Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Just telling you. What Rap
Just
Sheet
looking
said.
at the timeline, it's fishy. But, I mean, he is a good coach, but it's the Texans. Come on now. It's going to be tough. But, yeah.
I think we should let Davo start on this. He said he had a bunch to talk about.
I wrote a lot and I have a lot.
Yeah, David, you got a big guy.
Okay. We'll start with Nielsen. He was the Saints, assistant coach. The Falcons got him. I think it's a great hire for the Falcons.
Come on.
He's got success.
Come on, David.
What?
I was agreeing.
Oh,
I'm hyping you up, David.
I
I'm hyping you up,
was
man.
like, okay, I thought I messed something up. I was about to say.
No.
I
Keep
was
going.
like, anyway.
Keep going.
Yeah, I think it's a great hire. I mean, these guys got success. He was the assistant coach for the Saints for how long? Since 2014, 2018?
Yeah.
2020, something like that. I mean, Saints were consistently winning games back then. It's just constant success. I think that's a really good hire for the Falcons. Let's move on to Frank that the Panthers hired. His career records 40-33-1, which is pretty below average if you ask me. I don't think this is a great hire for the Panthers. Now this is where D'Amico Ryans and the Texans. I think this is a great hire. He was a linebacker in the NFL. If you look at NFL players as coaches of Saturday, you see hope. The Lions being a great example, as James was saying, with Dan Campbell and the rest of those guys. Those guys completely turned that franchise around. I see this as a huge win for the Texans. The Rams signed LaFleur. This hire is a big question mark in my eyes. You've seen a lot of inconsistency from the Jets the past 2 seasons. The season alone, you start off hot, you sizzle out. I hope it works out for the Rams, but it's a big question mark whether I'm leaning towards a good hire, not so much of a great hire. The Pats hire Bill O'Brien. I don't want to go too much into detail, but I think this is a great hire in replacement of Patricia. Did not see a lot of production out of the offense this season for the Pats, and not so much last season too. The Texans, the past couple of seasons have not been great, but if you look at the timeline from 2014 to 2018 when he was actually there, they were winning ball games. D-Hop, you know what I mean, and Deshaun Watson, they were winning ball games. Guys before that, and I think they were competing. And then let's move on to bittersweet Vic Fangio with the Dolphins. I think this is a huge hire for the Dolphins. I didn't really like Fangio as a head coach for the Broncos, but he is an amazing defensive coordinator. He's just a mid head coach. So I think it's a great hire for the Dolphins. And last but not least, we're going to talk about Nathaniel Hackett. All I have to say is good freaking luck to the Jets.
What about old Sean Payton, man?
Yeah,
We can talk about Sean Payton. Obviously a great hire. I'm pretty happy right now. But then again, I was somewhat happy with the Nathaniel Hackett hire. I thought he was going to be a decent coach at least. Sean Payton, obviously is a Super Bowl winning coach. Had a great quarterback named Drew Brees. He also has a great quarterback in his hands now in terms of career. I'm hoping he can turn Russ around, fix him. He's already got a great defense to work with. Just needs to maybe get a receiver. He's got Javonte Williams coming back. I think he could really turn the Broncos around to maybe getting 8-9 wins next season, which I'm really hoping for. Not a 5-win season and a 7-win season like the season before.
So, with the Mike LaFleur thing, are we just not going to take into account the quarterback situation over there in New York?
I don't hate Zach Wilson. He's not a top 16. He's not a top 16 quarterback. He's not a top 16 quarterback, but he's also very young.
He's not a top 30 quarterback.
Boy.
He's so immature also to the point where none of his teammates like him. They want Mike White starting.
And Mike White's not a bad quarterback either.
Yeah, Mike White isn't bad, but was it Mike White 6th or 7th round pick? Just a guy, and Zach Wilson's your number 2.
But look at Brock Purdy. Look at Brock Purdy. He was Mr. Irrelevant.
No, don't do
Guys,
that.
Mike White is not a good quarterback when he throws 7 touchdowns and 8 interceptions in a year.
Both those guys are not top 16.
That's why the Jets are about to get Derek Carr.
I hope
Pro Bowl Derek Carr.
Yeah, and you will really see how mid he is. But anyways,
here we go.
James, I'll swing it to you.
Yeah, I got a couple things. I guess you okay if I talk about Chargers real quick?
Go for it.
Kellen Moore, man. Kellen Moore announced his new OC a couple days after he got let go by Dallas Cowboys. This guy's going to have freedom to run what he wants to run besides Mike McCarthy over his head. I think this is a steal at offensive coordinator. No one else interviewed him besides the Chargers. He's going to get the run game going as we've saw in Dallas. I mean, Pollard, Zeke Elliott had good seasons this year. And he's going to let Justin Herbert do what he does, and that's throw the ball down the field and make plays. I'm really excited about it. I'm wanting to see what he's wanting to do with our wide receiver core because we need a wide receiver 3 now with Jalen Guyton off the books. And they're probably not going to re-sign him. Sean Payton hired. David, I'm gonna be honest with you. If he hired Joe Lombardi, it might be a rough one because Joe Lombardi's rushing offense was ranked dead last, and he had Austin Eckler, a top 5, top 10 running back who's a dog.
Yeah.
And they were 32nd in rushing. Third down play calling is really questionable with Joe Lombardi. If that's what Sean Payton's going to do, we don't know. Hopefully, Sean Payton calls plays for Broncos for them to have any chance of success on offense because Joe Lombardi's not that guy. He keeps getting fired from jobs. And then obviously, like I said earlier, D'Amico Ryans, I think that's a splash hire for the Texans. He's a young, energetic coach. I mean, we saw what he did with that 49ers defense. After Bob Saleh left, he made it into another top 5 defense. So it's going to be really exciting for him. He's going to have a couple of young guys on defense to work with, so it'll be interesting.
Coach P.
Yeah, there's a few few hires that I really, really enjoy and I really think going to work out. Vic Fangio going to the Dolphins. I think that is a good thing. I think aside from the Tua injuries, their defense is what kept them from being a 12-win, 13-win team, in my opinion. I mean, if a healthy Tua, if you have a healthy Tua, who knows? And a good defense, who knows what that team's capable of? They might win the division over Buffalo. So I said that one. Let me think. Ryan Nielsen for the Falcons. I'll be honest. I love it. I would have loved Vic Fangio. I would have loved what's his name? Brian Flores. I would have loved both of those guys. We interviewed both of them. But I really think that Ryan Nielsen, Terry was the GM with the Saints. He worked with them. He brought him over. And let me ask you guys, you hear me complain about the Falcons defense every single week in the season. What's my number one complaint? My number one for the defense. Pass rushing. And Ryan Nielsen was Saints co-defensive coordinator, but above that, he was the defensive line coach. He had Cam Jordan. You've got a talent equal to Cam Jordan in Atlanta already. His name's Grady Jarrett. You get someone to help him out, and we jump up from 20 sacks to who knows what. We might build a monster with all the cap space and everything. Wishful thinking there. Sean Payton. It pains me to say this, but I have all the respect in the world for Sean Payton. I enjoy him. I think he's a fantastic coach. You've seen what he did with Drew Brees. He won a Super Bowl in New Orleans. Got to give credit where it's due. David said he's looking for 8-9 wins with Sean Payton. If you have Sean Payton, Russell Westbrook, 2 solid receivers, all you need is a run game.
Russell Wilson.
Who am I saying? Did I say Westbrook?
Yeah.
I got excited. Russell Wilson. If you
they're about the same.
God forbid Russell Westbrook's on a football field. You have Russell Wilson, 2 solid receivers. All you need is a run game, and there's no reason you shouldn't win 10 games. Because, he should fix it. He should fix everything that was wrong with Russell Wilson this year. So, that's about it as far as I can think. I will say I think Brian Flores now, I think he's still in the market. I'm going to go ahead and say that I can see him being with Arizona. And I think it's a matter of a couple of weeks from being announced. So that's all.
I know you NFL guru.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, I know more NFL than y'all think of it. But I'm be honest, a guy who I really believe in, who didn't get hired, who I think should be hired, is Brian Flores. I really like him a lot, especially as defense coordinator. I think he deserves to be he's more than a linebackers coach and like associate head coach, which he is for Steelers right now. I think he deserves defense coordinator position. I would have loved for the Falcons to hire him, but he needs to be a defense coordinator somewhere. I think he's an outstanding coach. Really like the Falcons. defense coordinator hire. I like it a lot. We had to do something. Dean Pease was a great coach. He was just old. We need some new blood in there. It's going to work out well for the Falcons. Think about with the Broncos with Sean Payton. It don't matter who the offensive coordinator he hires is. I mean, he's probably the best offensive mind in football. He's going to be calling plays. I think he can care less who his offense coordinator is. If he's calling the plays, Dave Yard will be in good friggin' shape. He's an offensive mind. It's gonna be fun to watch him dial up. Russell Wilson can get back to his old form, and you got Judy, Courtland Sutton, Tim Patrick, Javonte Williams. Broncos might be fun now, fellas. They really might be a fun. What's his name? What did I say wrong?
Nothing. I thought Dave was going to react to when you said Tim Patrick.
I like Tim Patrick.
That's David's guy, Tim Patrick.
I like Tim Patrick as well.
Yeah, I do. I think the Broncos could be fun. Y'all know I really hate the Carolina Panthers. Frank Reich, man, I like the hire. Might be a hot take. I like the hire. When you think his quarterback situation with the Colts, Phillip Rivers, with like 40-something-year-old Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan. You don't have good quarterbacks, and you still have a winning record, making playoffs a few years. Not this year. Not this year with Matt Ryan. I know that was a bad year. That was an outlier. I like Frank Reich, man. I like Frank Reich in Carolina. I think he's going to do pretty well for him.
So my only question about that is I agree. I think it's a great hire, but the quarterback situation didn't get any better for him.
No, you're right.
So right. I don't. That's my next question. I don't know what he's going to do.
Wait. Let me go off because what my coaching hire was Frank Reich. I think it's a great hire. I mean, look at what he did his first year in Indianapolis. Got Andrew Luck 10-6. Andrew Luck is out the next season. They go 7-9. You would like Scott Tolzien, 2020, you get old Phillip Rivers. You're 11-5. 2021 last year, you had Carson Wentz and Sam Ehlinger. You go 9-8. And we know the Colts, and I think now with no, not with the Panthers. Sorry, I mean with the not the Colts, with the Panthers. They know what they have to do. Like, there's what you have Sam Darnold, who had a couple good games, but had some really bad games. Who else do they have? What's dude's name from Ole Miss? Yeah, PJ Walker. He's not.
But Matt Corral, who you're talking about.
Yeah, Matt Corral. I mean, we haven't really seen enough of him yet. You got to get a quarterback because you have a decent defense that you can work with. I know they traded McCaffrey, but Foreman is really good. You also have DJ Moore. Probably need a second receiver behind DJ Moore, but get them a quarterback. I don't know who they get.
Taylor.
I'll tell you who they get.
They need to draft a quarterback.
Frank Reich likes tall quarterbacks. I was looking at something today. He only has had quarterbacks who are 6'5" to 6'6". You know who's 6'5"? Two of them, actually. CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson. So it's one of the two.
CJ Stroud's that tall?
Mm-hmm. I did not know that either.
Damn.
What about Will Levis?
He's 6'4". He doesn't make the Frank Reich hikes. He doesn't.
I ain't gonna lie. Corral. Don't let Corral get hot. That's all I'm saying.
Don't let him get hot, man.
He's a dog.
What pick do they have?
I believe 7 or 9. 9.
Will Levis.
I was saying.
Yeah,
Quarterback.
Hey, better them than us.
Yeah, facts.
Nah.
If we draft Will Levis, I'm doing something.
Please take Will Levis. Please take Will Levis.
Hopefully
if he falls to 8 and we take him, I will cry.
I will too. Oh man.
All right.
Be a full-time Bengals fan.
I think. Little drum roll, please, for me, fellas. I think it's time. All right, guys. We're gonna try this. This is gonna be the first one that we're gonna do. We're gonna do We haven't named the segment yet. It's kind of like a trial run. Gonna be a little debate segment. We only thought it'd be right to start it off with a hot topic between all of us, and we picked Kelvin and Ryan Brewer to do it, and it's Shane Beamer.
Right.
I don't know where Davo went, but
There he is.
There he is.
so yeah, I mean, who's going first? Are we flipping a coin or what, boys?
I'll give it the big bro. He can start.
I was thinking little bro goes first. That's fine.
No, you go first.
Flip a coin. Flip a coin.
Yeah, flip a coin. Wait. Who's calling?
Here, I got you. Heads is Ryan, tails is Kelvin. Ready?
Yeah.
Flip a coin. It's heads.
There you go.
Here we go.
We got 5 minutes for each of y'all.
Top
Five
Ryan,
minutes each.
Ryan,
Okay.
you may want to set a timer on your phone so you can,
Yeah.
What about rebuttal?
3 minutes for
rebuttals.
rebuttal.
Yeah.
At the end?
Yeah,
Or no. Rebuttal was. I thought rebuttal was 2.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's right.
2 minutes.
2 minutes at the end of both y'all talking?
Yeah.
So 5 Ryan, 5 Kelvin, 2 rebuttals each.
Yep.
Or 1 rebuttal each.
Yeah, one rebuttal.
All right.
I pull up my notes real quick.
Oh Lord.
Oi,
All right.
I got you. Start.
Shane Beamer, son of Frank and Cheryl Beamer,
Yep, here we go.
born in Charleston, South Carolina. You ask, is he the guy? He's the guy. And there's a few different reasons why, fellas. Number one, he loves the University of South Carolina. He is a University of South Carolina guy. He's one of us. He wants to be here. He wants the university to succeed more than anybody. That passion for the university is going to put him over the top, fellas. Number two, ABC. Anybody know what that stands for? Always be recruiting. Jimmy's and Joe's are better than X's and O's, fellas. If you can recruit, you can win. I'm just going to name off a few of Shane Beamer's biggest recruits. Javion Clowney, #1 recruit in college football history. Caleb Williams, Heisman Trophy winner. Alshon Jeffrey, one of the better receivers in the best receiver in South Carolina history, probably. Great receiver. Stephon Gilmore, NFL defensive MVP. Should I keep going? I mean,
Yeah.
I will if you want me. You want me to keep going? Melvin
Yep.
Ingram, still in the NFL. Zamir White, one of the best high school running backs of all time. The guy can recruit. I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Nick Harbor. 6'5", 235 pounds, runs a 6'6", 60-meter dash. He's going to be an Olympian in track. One of the most gifted athletes this planet has ever seen, fellas. He's going to be a Gamecock at 1 p.m. tomorrow. He's a cock lock. If you can recruit, you're going to win ball games. Shane Beamer has the 7th best recruiting class already in the 2024 cycle. And that's with a silent commit from a 4-star wide receiver, Mazio Bennett. Probably hasn't come out yet, but it's coming out soon. You heard it here first. Mazio Bennett's a Gamecock.
Closet.
What?
Never mind.
Recruiting, you're going to win games, fellas. He's got recruiting. He's got it rolling. The Cocks are hotter than anybody in the country right now, especially after we land Nick Harbor tomorrow. Williams Bryce. It's an electric factor. When you're winning games, that place is like nowhere else in the country, fellas. That's going to make differences. Dow Loggins, offensive coordinator, calling plays. Shane Beamer's making the right hires. 15-11 in his first 2 years, fellas. After he inherited a 2-win team that was absolutely atrocious, he came in, he fixed the culture, he came in and won games. You say 15-11, it's only a 4-win differential difference. You know who else was 15-11 in their first 2 years in the college football world? Dabo Swinney. Dabo Swinney was 15-11 his first 2 years.
John wasn't ready for that.
Dabo Swinney won what? 2 national championships? You're saying 15-11, that's just average. He should have won more games. 15-11 after inheriting a 2-win season. He's improving every year. He's going to improve next year. He's going to win 9 to 10 games next year. If the Cox win 9 to 10 games next year, it's over. The Cox are going to win. Shane Beamer is the man for the job. How long will it take him to win a national championship? I'm not sure. I can't lie. I don't know when that's going to happen. It's going to happen eventually. I don't know when it's going to happen. Shane Beamer is the guy for the job at the University of South Carolina. Coach B. He is the guy for the job at the University of South Carolina. He's the best guy for the job. We don't need anybody else. All we got is all we need, fellas. Shane Beamer is the guy. And I'm going to let y'all took about 30 seconds. So that's all I got. I can't wait for the rebuttal. This is going to be fun. Give me Shane Beamer all day long. It's my guy. Here we go.
I'm about to cook you so hard, Ryan.
Can I say something real quick? Ryan, that hyped me up. I'm not going to lie. Unfortunately, I'm voting on best argument. I'm not, no bias, nothing, best argument. So.
That's fine.
Also, hopefully you didn't jinx us for tomorrow, Ryan.
You just compared him to a top 5 coach of all time. But okay.
Yeah, hey, look, that Dabo Swinney comment was so funny because I was not ready for that one.
It's a good point, though, fellas.
It was a good point.
It is a good point, yeah.
That one caught me off guard. That was funny. I immediately looked at John. All right.
Ready, Kelvin?
Yeah, I'll start in 3, 2, 1. Shane Beamer, right? A lot of the Carolina fans think he's the answer. I think the verdict is still out there. Just don't think he's a for sure lock. 2 years of Carolina. Ryan, like you stated earlier, 15-11, 7-9 in the SEC, 1-1 in bowl games. All right, let's look at the last 2 Carolina coaches before Beamer. Muschamp, also 15-11 in his first 2 years, 1-1 in bowl games, 8-8 in the SEC. Steve Spurrier, 15-10, started off, 1-1 in bowl games and 8-8 in the SEC. I guess that's how Carolina coaches like starting off. But, right, I dove a little deeper. Right. And I decided to look at his records against teams that finished the season 500 or better. Right. In 2021, Carolina was 1-5 against teams with the record 500 or better. And that one win was against ECU, who finished 7-6. Florida and Auburn finished 6-7. So, this year, 3-3, 2 great wins in the season. Clemson and Tennessee beat them. So that's a total 4-8. Against teams with a record 500 or better in 2 seasons. He's 11-3 against everybody else. To me, in the SEC, that's not going to cut it because now teams are getting better and better and better and better by the day, right? Here's my biggest thing with my biggest ick with Shane Beamer, I guess you could say. What is his identity, right? What when you look at Carolina football, right? What do you look at? You're like, okay, great special teams. Cool. That's not going to win you a championship, right? You go across the SEC, right? Georgia, hard-nosed defense. Ole Miss, high-flying offense. Mississippi State, air raid. Bama, going to have a hard-nosed defense, high-flying offense. Tennessee, high-flying offense. Arkansas is going to run down your throat. What's Carolina? I don't know. I can't tell you from offense or defense. It's just, And then let's take a look at the offensive struggles. My second biggest thing with Beamer is he's failed to put a lot of his big-time playmakers in good positions to help you guys win games. Jaheim Bell, Kevin Harris, DeCarrion Joyner, right? Let's look at Kevin Harris' stats in 2020, right, when the Cox finished 2-8. 10 games, 185 attempts, 1,138 yards, 15 touchdowns, 6.2 yards a carry. Beamer gets there in 2021, plays 12 games, 152 attempts, 660 yards. You telling me it's a 500-yard drop-off from 2-8 to Beamer becoming head coach? 4 touchdowns, 4.3 yards a carry. Offense year 1, you guys averaged 22.6 points per game, 338 yards a game. You finished 106 in the country. I will say you guys did improve a lot this year on offense, but it's still not enough to win your championship. 377 yards per game, 30.7 points per game, finished 68 in the country. That's still not enough. If you want to win championships in this league, you're gonna have to be top 10. Just sorry. Let's look at the talent composite, right? So I just took this. I looked at teams that are a little bit above y'all, a little bit below y'all, and teams that are like kind of near y'all in the conference or whatever. Florida, you guys are 600 and you guys have 763 points, right? I believe that puts you guys at 21 in the country. Florida, 14th to 842 points. You guys are 1-1 against them. Auburn at 775. You guys are 1-0 against them. Tennessee is at 19, right? I know you guys like to play the underdog. Like, oh, Carolina doesn't have any talent. I don't want to hear. Tennessee's at 766 points. You guys are 1-1 against them, but Tennessee's already got a playoff victory. Ole Miss, 759 points, 22nd. Whoop. Already has a New Year's Six berth under Lane Kiffin. Arkansas, 743 points, a 9-win season, 2-0 bowl games since Sam Pittman's took over. And it's harder to recruit in Arkansas than Carolina. Kentucky, 738 points at 26 in the country, has a 10-win season. Mississippi State, 728 points, 9-4 season, always has a high-flying offense. And Missouri, 720 points at 31st in the country, and you guys are 0-2 versus Missouri, right? Last thing, I know I got 20 seconds left. Recruiting. I know always be recruiting, blah, 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 blah. Beamer finished last year at 24th, and this year at 16th, gives him an average ranking of 20th. Muschamp finished 21st his first full year in recruiting, and 18th his second full year in recruiting. Puts him at 19.5. Spurrier finished 24th, and then 6th his first year puts him at 15. My time is done.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, Ryan.
All right, Ryan, you got 2 minutes. Whenever you're ready, just tell me.
There's so much to say back to this. I'll go ahead and start. If you're comparing him to Steve Spurrier, who won 11 games 3 years in a row, I mean, if you're comparing him to Steve Spurrier, we're doing something right. Like you said, Will Muschamp, it didn't correlate to on the field victories, so that's just absolutely irrelevant. When we get Nick Harbour tomorrow, we're going to move up a lot higher than 16th in the country. You said Tennessee got a playoff victory. That didn't happen. They hadn't made the
Sorry,
playoffs.
I meant New Year's Six.
That was an invalid argument as well. Let me keep thinking. You kept saying all these SEC. You just named off these stats from SEC teams. The only one that has made the playoffs is Alabama and Georgia. So that argument wasn't really valid as well. So finish the season 8-5 this year. We're improving. Shane Beamer is the guy from Jami, like I said earlier. I mean, he inherited crap. Like, we had the culture. The guys didn't want to be there. They didn't want to play for each other. I mean, improving from 2 wins in a 2-year span. Will Muschamp inherited, a not as great situation, but a better situation than Beamer did. Steve Spurrier still had talent on that team. Will Muschamp did not leave us much talent at all. Kelvin, that was a good argument. You used a lot of stats, but it sounds like you just hyped up other teams in opposed to if Shane Beamer's the guy for us. I think your argument was comparing us to other teams rather than making sure that Shane Beamer was the guy for us, which I think he is. Like I said, good argument though, Kelvin. That was a lot of fun. Tip my cap to you, man. Don't agree with you, but that was fun. We should do this again sometime.
All right, let me get my clock going. All right, 3, 2, 1. The reason I compared you guys to these teams, because like I said in my argument earlier, you guys, a lot of Carolina fans like to say, "Oh, we didn't really have a lot of talent." Blah 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 blah. According to 24/7, in 2021, you guys were the 22nd most talented team in the country, right? And at these schools that I named, it's way harder to recruit at Arkansas, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Missouri, and probably Ole Miss than South Carolina. So that's the reason I was comparing you guys, because these schools have a harder time recruiting and doing just basic football stuff than you guys, but have already accomplished more than, Sam Pittman already has a 9-win season, 2 bowl games, 2 bowl victories, and he had it worse at Arkansas than what Beamer had it at Carolina, right? And so when I just look, like I said earlier, like what identity has he built at Carolina? Like, I'm just not sure. I don't know which football team I'm going to get from Beamer's first 20-something games as head coach besides Clemson and Tennessee. It was just kind of like, we don't know what Carolina we're going to get today. And just even from this offseason, I know you guys are doing great at recruiting, but it's still, you guys may move up tomorrow if you guys get Nick Harbor. I just don't see what is he doing to take this program over the top? Because your recruiting is getting better, but also the other teams are. And it also needs to show on the field. You can't be 0-2 against Missouri. You can't get blown out against a terrible Florida team, right? And I know you guys upset Tennessee and Clemson, but they're only getting better. Kentucky's getting better. I mean, you already got the top dog in the country in your division at Georgia. So I just don't see where this program's going.
Let me just ask this. The argument was, though, is Shane Beamer the guy for the job at the University of South Carolina?
Was.
Okay, just making sure.
And I think in 2 seasons, I'm just not seeing a lot of improvement. Besides, if you guys want to get back to what you guys were at Spurrier days, where you guys are going now isn't really doing much. I mean, Spurrier had the 6th ranked recruiting class in 2007.
He did.
All right.
God, I want to say something right now, but I'm not going to.
The committee will cast their votes.
So, all right. So, how are we gonna vote? Are you guys gonna go around and say what you thought about each argument, or are you just gonna be
Yeah.
Well, should we do that, or should we just be like, hey? I think we should just say a name. I mean, if you want to touch on something, you can, but I don't think we should get too.
Just keep it quick.
Yeah, I have something just real quick for Brewer. You said, recruiting is, if you have the Jimmy and Joes, you'll win. But look at a program like Texas A&M, Miami, Texas, those kind of programs, they're on the same level as y'all in terms of on-field success. So I don't know if that necessarily, translate. I think you do need the X's and O's in college football, whereas compared to the NFL.
I'm not saying you don't need the X's and O's, but I mean, if you got sucky players, you can't do anything with good X's and O's unless you.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I'm just saying, but no, I think both y'all had pretty good arguments. But it was great to watch. Both y'all came in with the stats, good opinions. Made us all think. But y'all know my feelings towards Beamer and South Carolina in general. So I gotta go with Kelvin.
Yeah, I figured.
No bias, John. No bias.
Yeah, it can't be biased.
Well, I'm just saying, Kelvin came in with a bunch of stats that I liked, and it made a lot of sense. The measuring stick was the other SEC teams, and he used stats.
Yeah, I'll go off of that because I know we got 2 South Carolina guys, so I'll let them wrap it up. So yeah, I know I rag on Beamer and South Carolina a lot. I have nothing against them. I just think it's fun to get you guys riled up. So there's no bias here when I say this. However, that being said, I think Kelvin's argument, I mean, like John said, the measuring stick was what the other schools in the SEC does, what the record is against those schools in the SEC, what the record is against 500 teams and better. And when you have, a 500-yard drop-off from wasn't it 500, Kelvin?
Yeah, for Kevin Harris.
Yeah. I mean,
he was a little hurt, but he still played 12 games out of 13.
Yeah, I was going to say 12 games 500 yards shouldn't be, I don't know. Anyways, that being said, it's just, I mean, I gotta lean towards Kelvin. There's a little bit of a barbecue over here. He got cooked.
I don't agree, but I.
Just end it there.
Yeah, Dave or James. I mean, either one of y'all can put your 2 cents in.
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, with the measuring stick talking about the success within the SEC division, that was a really good point that Kelvin made, being 0-2 versus Missouri. That's not it's not something that's very good. Also losing to Florida this year, really bad Florida team. Also the recruiting that Ryan was saying, both arguments were very valid. But what really stuck to me is whenever Kelvin said we were the 21st ranked team in talent.
Yeah,
What you said, 21st, 22nd. We finished. Well, what did we finish last year?
24.
7.
It was like 6 and 7.
7.
Oh,
7 and 6.
7 and 6. Yeah.
And what'd you say? We were 106 in the country.
In offense,
Is what we finished.
Yeah.
That really stuck out to me as well. But then the recruiting for this year, I think going into next season is going to be really the big deciding factor for Shane Beamer and the Gamecocks. Putting all my bias aside, but I started to think about he's only been the head coach for 2 seasons. We've put a lot of hype around this man for just 2 seasons in the SEC, and he's 15-11. So I think this season is going to be the biggest deciding factor once again. But I think I'm about to go with Kelvin on this argument.
I like Kelvin's stats. Like Ryan's talking about the recruiting and whatnot. Ryan, I wish you would have said something about player development because
I didn't have time to prepare.
and your rebuttal with Kelvin in the 6 and 7 season, because we did play 4 different quarterbacks, and also in that season the emergence of Saquandre White and Marshawn Lloyd in the backfield depleted Kevin Harris's carries and yards because of Kevin Harris getting hurt. But yeah, I just would have liked to see you talk about the emergence of like Juice Wells, for example. I mean, first team All SEC guy, or Nick Manawari, DQ Smith, 2 freshman All-Americans, and even some of the offensive line too, because they've really improved. So if you would have touched on player development, which I think Shane Beamer's really good at, and he's obviously been really good at, and he's stopping his career, I probably would have sided with you, but I'm gonna go Kelvin.
No, I respect it.
Rubik's Ryan, I respect it, but I think it's I was coming for this.
No, I know you were. And I was going to prepare a lot more, but at work today, I was getting rocked all day. I was planning on.
I was at work too. I don't want to hear it.
Well, I'm saying, I didn't prepare like I was planning on preparing. But you did a great job, Kelvin. I really respect it. You beat me. I agree.
And I do want to say that, so far in the first 2 years, Beamer does have like the lower recruiting ranking. Not by much, but average of 20. Muschamp was 19.5, and Burrier's 15. So.
Yep. I'm like laptop charger. It's about to die.
All right. I think it's draft time, boys.
We need to keep records of that. So far, I'm 1-0. Ryan's 0-1.
I can't wait for my 2v1. I can't wait for my 2v1 in a couple weeks.
We gotta do a wheel spin for the draft, don't we?
Oh yeah.
Or have we already done that?
No,
I'm gonna go compete with that.
Let's do it live.
I can't wait for my 2v1 in a couple weeks. These dookies are gonna get cooked. Because I got some stats.
All right. You want me to spin?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm ready.
All right. Drafting first will be
Me.
James.
Damn it. All right, give me 1, 2, 3. All right, who's next?
Drafting second will be me.
Okay.
Good pick.
Gotcha. 1, 2, 3. All right.
3 is going to be Kelvin,
All right, I'll take that.
middle of the pack.
I like that. I like that.
All right.
Next.
4 is going to be Barbecue.
Cooked. 1, 2, 3. All right.
5 is going to be John.
Garey.
That's big, but all right.
All right.
6
And
is
then
Devo.
Devo last.
I'm pretty sure I've had the 4th pick in every draft we've done.
I think so, right?
I'm not
No,
kidding.
in the fast food draft, you had second. You took
You're
both.
right. You're right. Every other draft had 4 though. I'm okay with it.
And then, all right, so this is including from literally
Yep.
any superhero. No, like
Yep.
would somebody like the Punisher count?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Since he's just like a
I know he's technically defined as the anti-hero in a literature, but
yeah, like would somebody like Thanos count?
no.
It's a villain. Sorry.
Nah, he's bad guy. He's bad guy. Kelvin,
Superheroes slash
don't.
super villains.
Nope. Nope.
Oh my god. That would be pretty interesting, though. Dude. Throw the joke.
Are we like picking like this based on like just superhero or like picking a team to like
That's a
defend
good,
Earth or something?
that's a
Like,
good point.
like I mean, you're picking. I mean, I think it could be. I think it's a combination of both. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna be picking a pick. This is
Because you don't want to put like, well, I honestly,
Do we want to do 3, 4, or 5?
I think if we do 5, we have to add villains.
Okay, let's do 5 and add villain.
one villain.
Yeah, I don't think I can do
One
it.
villain. Okay.
Are we doing villains?
So we're
Alright,
doing
what's the
5
second
and
one?
we're allowed one villain.
No, it could be unlimited villains. Why just have
That's
to
what James just said one villain.
This is
No?
a suggestion, man.
I think unlimited. I think it broadens the playing field.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
All right.
didn't write it down. Any villains?
4, 5.
You know, hella villains, dude.
All right.
I know, but
James, you can
You
start
got
it off
6
whenever, man.
pick, by the way, Davo.
oh, here, and boy.
All right, I'm picking based this.
Yeah, it's the third
I
time.
think this guy is the most popular character. I mean, everybody wants to be like this guy. I'm going with Batman. I'm vengeance. Give me the Batman.
The bat. All right, Coach P.
All right. I'm going to go with someone that maybe a little slept on in this draft, but you know what? It's okay because I think he's number 2 overall. Give me Omni-Man.
Ooh,
Omni-Man.
Oh, that's a good one.
that is a good one.
That's a sleeper pick.
That's a sleeper
Omni-Man.
pick.
Man, Omni-Man.
I didn't even think about that.
Have you seen Invincible?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-mm.
He's from Invincible.
that's a good one.
All right. Come on, guys. He's the best superhero of all time. We all wanted to be like him growing up. Give me your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Come on, dude. He bags the girl, Mary Jane, R.I.P. Uncle Ben. Give me Spider-Man. The coolest suits, by the way, too. Him, Iron Man, or Batman, probably. All right, Ryan.
Yep. You know, when I think of superheroes, I think of Superman.
Good pick.
Good pick.
I think he's
Classic.
Classic. Safe option. Give me Superman.
All right, John.
Thanos next.
Fuck. Golly, man. All right, Davo, back-to-back picks.
Oh, okay, I got back-to-back picks. I'm gonna go with a little, give a little backstory. Shout out Henry Brunson, man. He's got all of us as Avengers, and the Avenger that he has me as is Thor, God of Thunder. So that would be
That's a good one.
that'd be my 6th pick. And going with the back-to-back here. Let me look. Let me think too. I think I'm about to go with. I gotta go Iron Man.
Oh,
I think that's what I gotta go
damn.
with.
Dang, you stole my freaking
Heck
character.
of a back-to-back.
Davo with the killer, man.
That is a
Hey,
heck of a back.
You went with my freaking character, dude. What the frick?
Sorry, man.
So now this first, but
All right, y'all.
yeah, y'all have had some, pretty good picks. I'm just going straight fucking power, boys. Give me the Hulk.
That's a good one.
Hulk and Thanos on the same team.
All right, Ryan. I know you're looking up superheroes right now.
We have a Hulk.
Yeah. Not for this pick. I knew this pick. This guy screamed patriotism. Give me Captain America.
Yeah, of course. Ryan is so bland with this superhero. Superman and Captain America back to back.
Oh, basic. I love it.
The old red, white, and blue. Give me probably one of the most popular, probably in the last 5 or 6 years. Really came on. Give me Black Panther, man.
Yeah.
R.P. Chadwick.
Yep.
All right, Coach B.
This dude's also slept on. Give me the Flash.
Mm.
Very good pick.
All
I
right,
got
check.
back to back.
Yep.
Shoot. I think I'm gonna reach on one of these picks. Not this one though. As is a personal enjoyment for me, this character. Give me Wolverine.
Oh,
Good.
And then this is going to be the reach here, guys. I'm going off one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Go on.
Character from The Boys. Give me the most diabolical villain of all time, Homelander.
Oh,
Homelander.
Mm.
All right.
All right,
I
Coach
see
B.
your Homelander, and I raise you. Jensen Ackles, Soldier Boy.
That's
Oh, Soldier Boy.
right. That was my pick. That was
That's
so
good.
high.
Wait. What? Who did you? Soldier Boy?
Yeah.
No, Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy.
He's basically Captain America, but not.
Oh shit! I was running it on. Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Soldier Boy.
All right. With my third pick, come on, guys, give me the most famous villain of all time, the most classic villain of all time, the Joker. Like, great actors.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger. I mean, come on. When you see the Joker, you just think of straight menace activities. So, yeah, give me the Joker. Ryan?
Yep. Okay.
America pick.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, fellas. I don't know. That was my pick, Kelvin.
Just go, man.
Give me Ant-Man.
Oh, Ant-Man. That's good.
Hey, Ant-Man's a sleeper, man.
I like that thing.
Yeah. I
I'm
don't know where
surprised
that
it
came
turned
from.
out
I didn't
good.
see that on Google. That came out of left field there.
Yeah.
John.
Give me, I guess in the comic book world, probably the most influential and probably the most powerful villain. Give me Doctor Doom.
Oh,
Mm.
that's so good.
Ooh. All right, Devo. Back to
With my
back.
third pick,
Kelvin- Oh yeah, you picked him.
going a little diversity. Also, my personal pick for most underrated Avenger. We're going with the Scarlet Witch.
Oh,
Because I had
Devo.
now.
Good one.
Golly. I wanted her so bad. All right. Next.
Your next pick, Davo.
I got back to back again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, freaking crap. Ooh, let's see.
Devo may be sweeping right now, man, to be honest.
It all depends on this pick.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
know. I'm torn between about three. I'm
Just
a
go
big
with your
Marvel
heart.
guy, but I want to go DC.
Go with your
I think
heart,
I'd stick with
man.
Marvel.
Yeah, go with your heart, man.
I think I got to go with Doctor Strange.
Good pick.
Good pick.
Doc.
You picked the same character back to back. Congrats.
Master of the Mystic Arts. Here we go.
I'm gonna go DC again. Movie did not do him right. It's probably the worst superhero movie of all time.
Yeah. I know where you're going.
But comic books, he's a freaking beast. Cartoons, he's a freaking beast. Give me the Green Lantern.
Yep.
Green Lantern. All right, Ryan. Hope you don't take my guy because I think he really fell pretty low. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yep, fellas.
Ryan, you said you like superhero movies, man. You're struggling right now.
No, I never said I like superhero movies. I really don't. I really don't watch them that much. Here we go, fellas. Give me Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Good pick. Good pick. Not really into the lady superheroes, but good
Of
pick.
course.
Gotta cut that.
What? I'm just saying.
You're
Hey,
close,
with
buddy.
them.
Don't sleep on
Just not my
Starfire.
scene.
Not Starfire. What's her name?
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, Annie from The Boys.
Starlight.
Starlight.
Starlight, whatever.
Guys,
Drinking the
how
White
did
Claws.
this character
I know where you're
slip
going.
this low? Probably the funniest one of all time.
Yep.
Deadpool.
Crap.
How did
Oh.
Deadpool slip this far?
I don't think he's a very good superhero. That's a hot take.
He
But
can regrow his
He
body
doesn't die.
parts. He doesn't.
Who's Wolverine?
That's true.
so does
All
the
right,
Hulk. but-
Coach P.
All right. So I've got who I have so far. Omni-Man.
Omni-Man, The Flash, and
Flash.
Soldier Boy.
So I have the speed,
God.
the flight, the malice.
Yeah.
Dude, give me the invincibility of Ghost Rider.
Ghost
Oh,
Rider.
shit.
That's a
Good pick, Coach P. I didn't even think about
Pick.
it.
Shoot. All
Back
right,
to
so
back,
we got-
James.
we got Batman, Wolverine, and Homelander. I want to make a funny pick, but like I can't. This is gonna be one of my honorable mentions, so I'm not gonna pick him right now. Shoot, I think for this pick, since I got two back to back, this character is DC character. He's been depicted in a bunch of different series. Just recently depicted in a movie in the last 2-3 years. Give me Cyborg.
Cyborg. I was thinking about Cyborg.
Really enjoyed him in
That was
Zack
my
Snyder's cut. I mean, it's a great story, great character development throughout.
It was only him and Superman that could put the cubes back together.
Yeah, he's pretty powerful too.
Pretty powerful,
All right,
yeah.
here. Oh man, I think I go personal enjoyment on this one. I'm just picking a pick. These movies I think are underrated. They came out in the early 2000s, late 90s. Give me Blade.
Blade.
Mm.
Nice. All right, Coach P. Hope
All
you
right.
don't take my last guy.
So I've got it all right here. Got
Mhm.
the flight, the speed, the power, the invincibility. But I'm missing the brains. I'm missing the statistician, the guy to put it all together. So give me my personal favorite superhero of all time. Give me Daredevil.
Daredevil. Okay. My last pick. I'm going to going back to another villain. Kind of. I'm going back and forth on this right now, man. Gosh. Give me crap. All right, I can't do this guy because I already have him. I'll do Loki.
Mm.
I'll tell you.
mischief.
I'll tell you guys who I was thinking of after if he doesn't get picked. Ryan.
Give me Mr. Incredible.
I knew you was gonna do that.
Yeah.
Could have just looked
So
up.
I guess for my last pick, I got Hulk, I got Thanos, I got the Muscle. Go up against like an Omni-Man. That's a tough task. If you watch the series, James, Coach P, I know y'all have seen. Got the guy to put it together, Doctor Doom. Got Green Lantern. He's got speed. He's got power. I've got a couple different picks. But I think I need that speed. I need that all around kind of guy. Give me the Silver Surfer.
Oh my God. I didn't
That
know
was so good.
That's a
Yeah.
good one,
You might have
John.
won it with that.
Crap. You might have just won because of that.
Yep. Crap.
So I don't know. I don't think this guy's been picked. I don't remember maybe y'all saying this guy's name, but he's a DC character. I've got the guys that can duke it out in the air, can duke it out on the land. I need a guy that can duke it out in the water. I want Aquaman.
Whoa. Personally, I'm going with my all-time favorite, The Deep, aka The Peak. But
The Deep.
That's just neither here nor there.
All right.
A lot of people were missed out though.
Wait.
That man away from the octopus.
Wait,
That's
hold
all
on,
I gotta say.
James, do you want to make any changes to your list?
Oh my God.
I might have to, but I might have to.
Do you want me to?
I'm not gonna do it, but
Wait,
this
hold on.
crazy.
Do you want me to read off your list for you?
I mean, I would switch my last pick if anything.
Do you want to? Or are you locking it in?
You know what? I
switch
think
pick.
I'm gonna have to switch.
Okay, taking out Blade for.
You know what? This guy's really powerful. He's a DC character. Give me Dr. Fate.
That's good.
Dr. Faith.
Yeah, Fate.
And you didn't want to pick the other one.
Coach P, do you have any changes to your list?
No.
Omni-Man, The Flash, Soldier Boy, Ghost Rider, Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm good.
It's pretty good.
All right, I think I'm gonna make a change to my list, and please let me know if this guy is not considered a superhero. I'm looking it up, and it's saying he is technically a superhero. I'm gonna take out Loki and give me Darth Vader. Are we counting Darth Vader?
No.
I think we'll go negative on that one as well.
Google is saying we don't have to stick to DC and Marvel.
No, but if we're doing Star Wars and you're doing Darth Vader, then by God, take out Daredevil and give me Count Dooku.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or I'm taking
goddamn
Harry Potter.
Or Darth Maul.
Yeah, if you take like Harry Potter or Voldemort or something, you know.
Give me Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Give me Katniss Everdeen.
All right, I won't do that. I'm still really decided if I want to keep. I'm deciding between Loki and Venom.
Kelvin, there's a pretty. If you just wanted to sweep everybody, there's a pick that you haven't picked yet. And he was in a very recent movie.
Is this Marvel or DC?
DC. The movie was terrible. The movie was very overrated.
Black Adam?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not. I could go Harley Quinn. I mean, she's dope.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we know the reason why.
You're not taking Harley Quinn. You're taking Margot Robbie.
Yeah, maybe.
Shout out Wolf of Wall Street. Shout out Wolf of Wall Street, man.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it at Loki. I think Loki is just he's a good villain. Venom doesn't. I won't say he doesn't have much to him. It's just like it's evil Spider-Man. So it's kind of like I already have Spider-Man. I don't need a Spider-Man copy. I want not to be rude, but you know.
Yeah. Should I go over some picks that we missed out on?
Wait, Ryan.
Yeah, let's let it ride, man. Let's let it ride.
Mr. Incredible, Ryan. Come on, Mr.
Yeah, fellas, I'm gonna be honest. I just absolutely blanked.
Dude, Mr. Incredible was bench pressing train engines. That dude got it.
See, Coach P's got my back. I appreciate it.
There's so many guys out there that you could have said the Ninja Turtles for all I care.
Frozone would have been better than Mr. Incredible though.
Coach P, do it back.
Where's my
Poison Ivy?
suit?
All right,
Vision.
John.
You know, Frozone is literally.
No, I'm chilling with my picks.
Devo, any changes?
Time out.
I'm really debating.
Wait. Hold on, Devo.
I got a side story.
Okay.
You know,
We're
Coach
debating on sorry.
Nope.
Yeah.
You know the dude that does the freeze at the Atlanta Braves games?
Yeah, Frozone.
Yeah, he runs unattached at South Carolina track meets sometimes.
Really?
Yep.
That's dope.
Yeah, I thought it was dope.
That's
too.
crazy.
Dude, I should have taken King Blooper.
Should have.
King Bloopy, honorable mention.
I'm thinking about taking Vision over Aquaman.
Vision.
Vision
I-
didn't do anything but get wrecked the entire time he was on screen.
If you're put anybody in there, you're putting the deep in, man.
Boy.
Or
I hate
Black
the Deep.
Noir.
No, I
The
think
Duke's my
I'll
favorite
keep it.
character,
Vision.
man.
I mean, Vision's really good. I mean, Duke could go invisible. Not invisible, but you can't touch him. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Thanos did, but okay.
It could go through, it could go through walls.
Yes, Thanos
Vision literally
went
went through Ant-Man. Vision
Okay,
literally went through Ant-Man.
All right, so are you keeping your list?
I gotta stay. I gotta stick with Aquaman.
right.
I gotta have a decent guy in there.
I respect it. John, go ahead and start naming some guys that we probably miss.
Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Professor X, Magneto, Beast, Adam Warlock,
Human Torch.
Human Torch, Galactus,
Kang.
Darkseid,
Reverse Flash.
Steppenwolf, Reverse
Green Arrow.
Flash, Zoom, Savitar. I mean, the list.
Oh,
Arrow,
Sabretooth.
Slade
Saber.
Wilson, Deathstroke. I mean, the
Beast
list
Boy.
just goes on and on.
We could have said Robin.
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, he's badass.
The deep.
Sandman.
The Deep.
Come on, Invincible himself too, guys.
What about,
I got the better Invincible. It's okay.
Battle Beast.
I'm not
What
gonna
about-
lie.
There's another guy.
what about Hawkeye? Green Arrow.
Green Arrow
I'm-
better than Hawkeye.
The Gorilla Grodd guy.
Heimdall.
He was badass.
Bucky
The
Barnes.
Flash.
Blue Beetle.
The Beatles,
Yeah.
good.
I'm not gonna lie. I've
Robin.
never felt more left out of a conversation in my whole entire life.
Brian,
that's
why did-
me when y'all
Brian, why
talking
did
about
you lie to
college
me
basketball.
earlier then?
Heimdall. Korg.
Brian,
Yeah.
Ryan, why did you lie to me earlier?
Did you say Korg?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
freaking
You like
Gore
superheroes.
the God Butcher.
The God
messed
Butcher
with
is actually a
69
crazy
from you,
villain. That's so
dickhead.
a very underrated villain.
Yeah,
So
dude,
what-
he was nerfed.
How many gods did he kill in that movie?
Hella.
It was over 100.
Hella.
Over 100. Over
Well, I
100.
don't say because the movie sucked, but
Hercules.
Hey.
We left out Hercules.
Yep.
Or did you say Hercules?
Dude, that's Roy Kent. Are you kidding me?
Yep. Roy Kent. Here we go.
Poison
He's
Ivy.
here, he's there, he's
Swamp
everywhere.
Thing,
Well, I think there's a
Scarecrow.
Hercules for DC and Marvel.
I'm thinking of all the bad guys from Batman. So
Killer
like
Croc.
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow, Bane.
Bang.
The
Oh,
the Riddler was bro.
Riddler.
he was
Penguin.
wild.
Yeah, the Rizzler was crazy.
The Rizzler.
Mr. Freeze.
Penguin.
The Rizzler.
The Rizzler.
Sheesh.
Doomsday.
Oh yeah.
Brian, you need to get in tune, man.
I know I need to get. I know, fellas. I know.
Lex Luthor.
Mm.
Ryan, you have to go and watch Captain America tonight.
I'm not doing anything tonight. I'm going to bed.
You not doing anything tonight?
To everyone that
I
has
might watch
Disney
some- Might
Plus.
watch some Dance Moms or something. But
Do you have
You're not-
Ryan? Do you have Disney Plus?
Yes, I do.
They're in chronological order already.
Oh,
Yep.
perfect. That's
And
exactly
also,
what I was
new
doing
Black
tonight.
Panther comes out tomorrow. Yep, here we go.
There's only like
Ooh,
37
I'm
of them.
You're right about that. I might watch it
Yep, and
tomorrow
yep,
morning.
if it comes out
and
at
you can watch
midnight,
The
I might
Boys,
watch it
too.
tonight.
All right. Well,
Honestly. Yeah, go ahead, John. Wrap it up.
yeah. Fun draft, fun day, fun night talking to the boys. We'll get this draft posted here in the near future, and this will be posted tomorrow. And we will see y'all next week.